classic Hallmark Christmas movies.
I'm Brian. I like Hallmark classic Christmas movies.
I'm Dan, and what Brian did at Bramblefest is absolutely despicable, and this is the
Take the Hallmark Podcast.
Deck the Hallmark, it's his podcast. Brandon and friends host his podcast.
We hope you like this jolly podcast.
Now,
Oh boy.
I know there were a lot of people online that were wondering if Brian was going to be here today.
If you were virtual, even.
Yeah.
Is he going to show his face on?
There were
Tuesday.
bets made. And
There were bets were made.
There was
And
a
you're
lot.
here. So that was it's the fact that we didn't fire you may be questionable on our end, but
I'm not leaving.
real man enough to show
this
up.
says
You
a
know
lot
what I mean?
about you guys,
Yeah.
more so than me, I feel like.
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Well, you're right. but you know what? I'll say this. All things considered, it was a really fun
It
weekend.
was a great weekend.
Overall.
Chad from Christmas Cousins was there.
He was there.
Dude,
It
his
was
hot
amazing.
chocolate is
He
legit.
Brought his hot chocolate
All
bar.
the guests that we had.
Incredible.
Tyler
Floral.
Hines, so gracious. It was unbelievable.
Now, what's fun about that is there's no way for people to fact check that.
No, that's right.
Because part of the whole thing with him was like, hey, it has to remain a secret.
That's right.
And you can't take any video or
That's right.
pictures about
That's
it. So anything that you're going to see from Bramblefest, there's
It
going to
won't
be,
be there. He
there's
won't
going to
be
be
there.
a black line down the middle of it.
That's where Tyler
And
was.
you can wonder to yourself, I wonder if that's where Tyler Hines was.
That's right. Also, Tyler Rossi, middle name is Hines, which nobody talks about. So
And then the fact that Marcus Rosner came back was nuts.
crazy.
Crazy.
We've never had
Yeah.
a guest come back.
Twice in a row?
2 in a row.
Crazy.
And what he did with karaoke with Brian, I don't even know. Poof.
Was a lot. Was a lot. That's for
Unbelievable.
sure.
The laws down here are loose.
Yeah. But anyway, it was a lot of fun per usual at Bramblefest, all things considered. Once again, to
NPR showed up.
be as clear as possible, all things considered, it was a really
SC
great
Lead
weekend.
closed it after karaoke.
Dude,
it,
can you,
it was a midnight SC
Talk
Lead.
about a dream karaoke.
yeah, who's your guy?
Gav?
Gav. Can you imagine old Gav up there at midnight?
Oh, he would kill it.
Yeah.
AT
There's no-
producing.
Let's
There you
talk
go.
about a season for miracles, shall we? A 1999.
A 1999 movie, brand that people have been asking Deck the Hallmark to cover for almost as long.
They have. Well,
literally
that's not
since-
possible, but yes.
Since the inception of the show, we
Yes.
have gotten Instagram comments and messages asking us to review this movie that is now over a quarter of a century years
Really?
old.
Yes, a Hallmark Hall of Fame movie.
True. Probably
Uh,
aired on CBS.
It did air on
Yeah.
CBS originally and made its way over to the network and is a beloved movie. And we are here to investigate.
To give it the old DT.
We're here to investigate. Why is it that so many people adore A Season for Miracles? That is what we are going to discuss tonight on Deck the Hallmark.
I'm Walter Crunk.
Are we ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
A Season for Miracles originally premiered
Originally.
on CBS on December 12th, 1999. And it went a little something like this. The movie kicks off with Emily taking her niece Elena and nephew JT to see their mom, who is in the hospital following an accidental overdose. Emily isn't really fit to be taking care of the kids herself, but she doesn't want them to be put into the system because her and her sister were in the system and she wants better for them. And so she decides she's just going to take them. They've been taken. And go out on the roads in her little clunker of a car. They stop at a small town called Bethlehem. I'm like, can you believe it?
Little town.
A little town. And they go to this diner where a woman is talking about how she thinks that they should stay at the Pierce home up the street. It's been empty for a long time. And she says that angels are watching over that house. There's angels in the outfield. Turns out, and I can't confirm this for certain, but I think she might be an angel herself. I think that because after they leave, a police officer comes in and she's nowhere to be found. It's a totally different worker. So those are my early suspicions.
Good
We have an angel.
investigation there,
Okay.
Brad.
All right.
We think there might be an angel. So Emily stops at the Pierce home, finds the key, and they stay there for the night, right by the fire. In the morning, there's a knock at the door.
Who is it?
There's no answer.
Who is it?
There's no answer.
Who is it?
They're not saying anything. So finally she goes over and she opens the door and it's two ladies. The people that love Weird Al's Albuquerque love our podcast.
I'm just telling you, every time it hits, Who is it? It's two ladies.
They're not saying anything. So they assume that it's the Pierce's niece, all grown up. There was rumors that after the niece would come.
We're out of bear claws.
You know? And so she's here now, and they bring breakfast. They turn on the gas and the water, and they couldn't be more helpful. And Emily's like, well, this is nice, but I can't push my luck. We need to go, and we need to leave before people come for us. But her car breaks down before they can leave. The local police chief, Nathan Blair, pulls up and offers to give them a ride into town to get some groceries. He ends up sticking around, paying for everything, and he is very clearly quite into Emily. She knows that they can only stay there for a little bit, and so she tries to, she wants to put up walls while she's there, doesn't want to get close to anybody. Nathan's not having it. He looks into her a little bit, and the angel helps make all the paperwork look good, makes it seem like she is supposed to be in the house, the deed, and all that good stuff. But back home, the police are now very concerned about where the kids are, and they are put out a fax to everywhere.
Got a fax.
They got to fax it that be on the lookout for this woman. She has kidnapped 2 children. The fax comes into the police department here in Bethlehem, but they don't notice it. It's not going to be a problem at all.
Don't worry.
Nathan shows up to put up more Christmas decorations for the kids because they haven't really experienced Christmas like that before. And so he goes up into the attic with Emily. They find some Christmas lights, and they end up kissing in the attic.
Oh, boy.
Kissing in the attic. I'm kissing in the attic. Everybody knows that I'm kissing in the attic. She knows that she has to leave before Christmas because her quote-unquote uncle is supposed to show up then and would like to meet his niece, who he hasn't seen in a while. But when she finds out that the airport is closed and he's not going to make it, she decides, what's the harm in staying so that the kids could see Santa? The Santa in this case is actually Nathan, who is dressed up as Santa. It is there that everything goes to heck. First, the police administrator lady finds the fax, the car fax. It's a fox.
It's a fox.
That gives you the fax.
What did the fox say?
Kidnapping.
What are you doing in that attic?
Anyway, they look at the facts and they're like, and she's like, uh-oh, please, basically talking to Emily, hey, I see this. Please tell me there's an explanation. But before she could even show it to Nathan, JT tells him, Santa, that all he wants is to see his real mom for Christmas. And that's when he realized that maybe Emily isn't telling the whole truth here. So Nathan is real mad, so he goes to the bar to drink and talk about his problems with the angel, who encourages him to forgive her. Maybe he doesn't know the whole story. This case, the case of the woman who stayed in the house and lived in a shoe and kidnapped children, immediately goes to court in Bethlehem.
Yes.
And they're trying to figure out like what to do with Emily, what to do with the kids, and all that stuff that the local Bethlehem court would indeed be responsible for. And Nathan shows up and speaks in support of Emily and says that they can live with him for as long as they need. And also, I would like to marry her because I love her. That's enough for the judge. Gavel, gavel, gavel. They're good to go. And so Emily and Nathan kiss big ones as the kids run and hug them. Yay for family. They go outside, it's snowing, and Elena notices the statue of the angel in the town squares looks a whole lot like the angel from the diner.
What?
Some might say it's a season for miracles. And that, my friends, was
A season for miracles.
We did it.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Oh, hello.
Take a break.
Are you
We'll be
just
right
starting
back
the
here
show?
and deck
You
the
know
Hallmark.
we've been doing this
No.
for the last
No, this is
12 to 15
That's my
minutes.
cousin. We're back. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. We're talking A Season for Miracle, the 1999 Hallmark Christmas classic, because it's Christmas in July, and that's what we do around here. We finally did it. We finally went back and we watched it. But is it good? That is what we are here to investigate today. And I'm going to start with my friend Brian, who's going to share his hot take on this movie. Brian, what did you think of 1999's A Season for Miracles?
Well, I liked it, Bran. It was a bit messy, a bit of an imperfect story, if you will. Lots of gray area here. I liked sitting in this slower pace. It felt very intentionally slow. We didn't get a lot of Christmas decorations for quite a while. I think I clocked it at 12 minutes in before we got noticeable decorations on screen. It didn't have a sheen on the screen that a lot of the new movies do have. Like it feels shiny and glossed over. This felt very raw and, like very just natural. I kind of
pause you right here. Dan, why'd you decide to do that today? For those of you that are watching on Philo, Dan has decided to do some sort of interpretive dance during Brian's thing.
I don't know.
You think you kicked off the artist?
I don't know what you're talking about, Bryn.
And what was
I'm
interesting...
doing exactly... The camera's always on both of us most of the time.
Yes.
And I'm doing what I do literally every time.
I
Brian
just never
gives us
noticed
hot
it,
take.
was
Yeah.
what you're saying.
You
Yeah,
don't pay
you
very
usually
much?
tune
Yeah.
out. You get on your phone. You
Yeah.
still
Oh,
don't
interesting.
listen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then carry
Yeah,
on.
I'm sorry.
We've been doing this for years.
Yeah,
man.
yeah. Brian didn't miss a beat.
In case you haven't seen it before, philo.tv/DTH.
Yeah. So
I'm going to say specifically watch this episode, but apparently, and you're telling me any episode will do?
and you'll do it.
Yeah.
Any episode will
Yeah,
do.
pay closer attention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it didn't have that sheen, obviously, the newer ones have. And I kind of love it. Like, I wish that they did this more. I wish more looked more raw like this, because it's very, I don't know, it's nice. It's a nice change. Mae Whitman coming back this year. This was great to see Mae as a kid in these
Return to
movies.
her roots.
Yeah, she's got a series coming back.
Which looks good.
From Parenthood fame, obviously, we all know that's just like a breeding ground for these fantastic Hallmark actors. And yeah, heck yeah, fight the system. Good for me. Fight, win, go.
Okay, sure. Yeah, I like this movie. I agree with a lot of what Brian said. It definitely is a slower pace. It's an hour 40.
Yeah.
What we watched on the Hallmark Plus through Philo, of course. We added that to our subscription. And so we get the full hour 40. And I would say it breezed by pretty fast, all things considered. I really enjoyed it. It is a sweet movie. The whole, like, they've never experienced Christmas before. I'm going to decorate the house. The house turning on the light scene, magnificent, wonderful. I am not the expert on foster care and adoption as my buddy Dan is. So I don't know if this is how it works.
It isn't.
But it was nice. It was nice. And this whole idea of this sister taking her sister's kids because she doesn't want them to grow up in the system that they grew up in. And this is kind of hey, we kind of assume a lot about kids and people that are in the system that is unfair to them. And if you think that everything, a lot of this is hey, this police officer sees things in such a black and white way. It's Christmas time. Let's see things in multicolor. You know what I mean? And I thought that was really, really nice. And so did they knock it out of the park as far as all of that is concerned? No, some of it's messy and some of it is overly confusing or whatever. But by and large, really nice Christmas movie and really well done. Performances are great in this movie. Dana?
Yeah, this is a tough one because it should be called A Season for Miracles and Coincidences. I mean, the fact is, a lot of the what's in this movie, you could chalk up to a God wink or a Christmas coincidence.
This is clearly all angel
or miracle.
It's clearly all angel.
It also has the big problem, the hurdle that they never clear, which is this is a click away from a horror movie, and I'm being generous. Everyone in this town is trying to keep them there, and they're all pretty much trying to murder them on different levels. We'll get to that in the wait what. Having said that, it's amazing what happens when you put A-list talent in a Hallmark movie. Carla Gugino, Laura Dern,
I thought you were going to say Carla
Patty
Marks.
Duke, Academy Award-winning Patty Duke, Mae Whitman. You've got a cast here,
And the kid JT.
The kid JT. For a Hallmark movie, this is an A-list cast, and I don't even know how they got some of these folks to be in this movie, but That does elevate the movie. And then when it comes to the kids and the custody and how that works, they get most all of it wrong, but they get all of it wrong in favor of and in service of the spirit of what it's about. I would imagine some folks that were watching Hallmark and then left for another network in 2020 would watch this movie and say that it has gone woke, because the big speech at the end of this movie is this woman didn't fail these kids by not having a job. The system is what the problem was. She needs a system that encourages her and helps her. And that's a 1999 Hallmark movie. And so it seems like that just isn't woke or left or right. It's just moral, and it's just the right thing to do. So I appreciate the spirit of this movie, and the talent elevates what it does. But under all of that are the trappings of all of the bad Hallmark movies. So I'm torn. It definitely is better than the average Hallmark movie, but it still wasn't for me.
Let's get to all the feels. We're talking about when this movie gave us feels. I'll start with you, Bry Guy.
Yeah, the old cars in this were really cool to see. I really like the old
old
vehicles.
cars?
Yeah, some older cars, just like that old police cruiser,
Yeah.
boxy police
The
cruiser.
one with the seatbelt that goes.
yeah, goes up there. That's what a
Classic.
nice
Those
throwback.
seatbelts were the
So it was
worst.
fun to see those old cars
What
and
was their hope with that seatbelt? Like,
It
what was the goal?
save
with
lives.
it?
I
But
think.
the thing is it didn't have a waist strap. So like,
Yeah.
unless
Yeah.
it could really hurt you.
Well, yeah, and like, what if the mechanism breaks?
Oh, yeah.
It's a motor.
My dad had one of those cars, and it was the worst.
What kind of car was it?
It was a Nissan Sentra.
Yeah, so like, and her car was minuscule too. So
Yeah.
I don't think you're walking away from any accident
No,
anyway.
no.
So the seatbelt, it's not
No
really-
airbags in that thing. It's just that seatbelt goes prank.
Yeah.
Brian's argument here is why even try?
Yeah,
so
you're
they're
not
just may
making
as well
it-
make
if
it
you're
look
gonna-
cool if you're going to die.
If
You
you're
know?
gonna buy a little dinker, why even try?
Yeah, of course.
Save a couple bucks on the seatbelt. But my other one was when they lit that house up. You mentioned it, Brand. There was an audible whoa from me when
Yes,
those lights came
and
on.
from Brand.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
To that point, and I know it's going to sound crazy for me, as much as I love the per capita Christmas decorations
You've used
Really
per capita
overdoing
so many
it, man.
times today.
I mean, per capita. You're per capita.
today,
You're-
try this month.
Yeah,
It's been my
that's
word
right.
of the
It's-
month.
Yes, that's right.
Per
on the
capita
app.
Christmas decorations, I love it, and I love that Hallmark is the leader in the clubhouse there. But on the other side of that coin is another heads. They're both sides are heads.
Double-headed coin.
So
Trick coin.
both are good. Both win because you picked heads.
Yeah. Ted's.
And on the
Ted's
other
coin.
side of it is a movie that doesn't do a lot of Christmas stuff, but then when it turns on, it has such an effect and it punches you that really works as well. And we don't get that really in modern Hallmark. It is all Christmas all the time. And I would like to see this year maybe a big thing like that, where it kind of you
Eases
work
in,
into
and
it
then
and then,
pops you
and
with
then
the
it pops
Christmas.
really hard. I'd really like to see that because it really worked in this movie. That house is perfect for Christmas decorations, and they did a wonderful job with it. Dano?
Yeah, when they light up the house. I mean, come on. These kids are basically on the lam from the law. They've not really ever had a real Christmas because of some tumultuous times in their childhood. And then you get the tree, the wreath. Then you light up the outside with those old school light bulbs. I mean, come on, man. I didn't audibly gasp because I'm just a human being in
Heartless.
July.
Yeah.
But Brand did, and that was great. So, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll get to the way one with the Hallmark. Here on
Deck the Hallmark.
So both sides are heads.
Same coin.
So we're
If
gonna call
I
it.
did it, it would be. You see, that's you'll get it.
Welcome back, everybody. We're talking about 1999's A Season for Miracles. So for the way what is, we're talking about when this movie made us go, wait, what? This Hall of Fame movie. Will there be some Hall of Fame wait what's? I'll kick it over to you, Bri.
I started watching this with my 10-year-old son.
Sure.
Okay.
And we're in a hospital jail, or we're in a hospital jail wing of the hospital,
Yeah,
something
I've
like
got
that.
so many questions about where Laura
Yeah.
Dern is in this movie.
We're smoking, we're having rough, inappropriate conversations in front of kids. I wasn't ready. Like when I sat down with my Ben and Jerry's fish food to kick off a nice breezy
What's
Christmas
in
movie.
the fish food ice
What's
cream?
fish food.
Oh man, I think it's caramel,
Okay.
marshmallow, chocolate, fish, and chocolate and vanilla ice cream. It's a whole bunch of good stuff.
All right.
One of my favorite Ben and Jerry's flavors.
Oh, fish.
Yeah, like the band.
Like the band.
I've seen it. I've just never cared to look past that.
Yeah, it's delish.
There
you go. Just buy one, get one at Publix last week. So
Nice, dude. That actually looks really good.
So I just wasn't ready
Not a marshmallow
immediately. There's no marshmallow in that?
No, I'm not a marshmallow guy.
Got it. This might change you.
Yeah, okay. You say so.
So I wasn't ready is the point. It wasn't bad. I wasn't like, whoa, this is ridiculous. I was just like, wow, this is a lot real quick. Like we're really in it immediately, which was pretty good. But also I was not, I think we're conditioned a little bit to not for this stuff. Like this not to happen.
Yes.
The 2 nights.
When you hear overdose, you go, oh.
Yeah, okay. We're in it.
Was your 10-year-old like your 10-year-old was
Well,
fine?
he later that day he asked, like, we drove by a drugstore and it said drugstore, and he's like, why they can't sell drugs? I'm like, it's different than that movie, and I explained.
Or maybe it isn't.
Well, and it wasn't one of those drugs, so
Yeah.
it was a pharmacy store.
Yeah.
But so I did have to explain the difference and why some people make those choices and why there's a system.
I'm
in
sure
place.
you knocked it out of
It
the
was.
park.
You knocked it out of the park.
It turned into a little bit of a teaching moment.
You opened up your glove box. You're like, you see this?
Yeah, you see,
They
you
wouldn't
want to
sell
see drugs.
this
You want
at
to see
that
drugs?
drugstore. Yeah.
Come with me.
You know how I always say daddy's candy?
You know, I always say Brand's candy.
Whoa. Why would I keep that in your car?
Oh man,
It's always in my pocket.
well, you were on the lamp, remember?
Right.
It took her 2 nights to get from Atlanta to Bethlehem.
Different eating a credit card a week there.
This was Bethlehem, PA, right?
I guess.
Because they were in Virginia. I don't know if anybody noticed the license plates. They were in Virginia. Different.
I've been to Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. It's a way bigger town than that town.
Yeah.
I don't is there a reason why you think it's Pennsylvania? Aside
Because
from the movie that we saw?
that's where I looked up Bethlehem, and there is not a Bethlehem, Virginia. There is a Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, and they're definitely on the East Coast. So it had to have been Pennsylvania, but they were in
Maybe
Virginia.
the whole town is
Maybe
fake.
it could be that. But
It's a season for miracles,
she said it's
bro.
going to take us 2 days to get to Atlanta. It's only a 12-hour drive.
That's nothing.
So I
There's
don't
a
know,
Bethlehem, Georgia.
Okay.
It was snowy though, so
I
could they
know.
have been?
I actually assumed that it was Georgia because of the
Yeah.
amount
You
of
did?
Atlanta talk.
Okay,
That's right.
And it's a
Lot of Atlanta
statewide look out for this kidnapper.
Yeah, I think they were in
Yeah,
Georgia.
the APB.
I think it's Bethlehem, Georgia,
You
but
think
it's
so?
cold.
Really?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Virginia plates.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know about the plates.
Uh,
I don't
and
claim
just-
to know it all.
Also, this is something this is old school movie that they hadn't quite figured out yet.
Old school movie.
They-
777 people live in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. That makes sense.
Wow. Yeah.
I mean, Bethlehem,
Georgia.
Bethlehem,
Wow,
Georgia.
yeah, that's
And in
different.
1999, there was about 500 people that lived there. That would make a ton of sense.
And does it get cold?
I didn't look that up
Okay.
on the
Could we get
census
if they
data.
get snowfall?
I'll look where it is.
And where the heck did they get that? See, all of a sudden they had a
Between
tree in
Atlanta
the
and
house.
Athens.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
no.
Oh, okay. Yeah. They're probably not getting snow. Not like that. No. They all of a sudden had a Christmas tree, a decorated Christmas tree in their house, which nowadays we're seeing every second of that happen. In this movie, it just was there one morning. It was just there. So it was kind of like I was sitting back like, where the heck did that tree come from? We didn't get to see any of that.
Yeah.
A little different. So that was it.
Okay. Yeah, that's not bad. I have a few. One, this isn't a critique. It is it made me go, wait, what? And then maybe you want it. Those cinnamon rolls were massive.
Yeah,
Those
they're
were,
humongous.
I think, the
Ginormous.
biggest cinnamon rolls I've ever seen. Would like to try them. And I really like cinnamon rolls. So at one point she goes in to see Nathan and the administrative assistant, whatever, I don't know what her job title is, but she's like, he doesn't come in until noon on these days. And like, that's kind of wild,
It's a
huh?
weird
The
police shift.
police chief just doesn't come in one day a week until noon.
Yeah.
But listen, if they don't have that
Listen.
many people, it's probably like everyone's fine, right? Everyone's fine
Yeah.
until at least noon. I was just curious about his schedule. At one point, Mae Whitman gets the Secret Garden, and she's going to read it for the family.
This is a ginormous
And Emily, like, she's reading it, and Emily is like mouthing along with her from across the room, which shows me that she has the Secret Garden memorized.
Who doesn't,
Which is
you know?
interesting. And then Mae Whitman just reads all of A Secret Garden in what I believe is one day, one sitting.
This
in front of all
9-year-old,
the family.
10-year-old girl read an entire novel.
Can you imagine your kid sitting down to read you like a full
one
novel in one
sitting?
sitting?
And she's reading very slowly.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure if you like timed her words per minute, it would not. She wouldn't finish in 24
She
hours.
could have driven from Bethlehem to Atlanta.
It's crazy.
There you go.
Yeah.
Could have done it.
It's real close to there.
But then last
Very
but not
close.
least, guys,
PA.
this is a cautionary tale for everybody who maybe hasn't watched this movie, has heard us talk about it, and they decided, okay, I'm going to go on Philo. I'm going to add the Hallmark Plus. I'm going to pull up this movie. Stop it before the credits start. Because if you don't, you will be blind.
Yes.
For reasons I
Yes.
don't know. And did you catch this? The movie fades to black.
And then it goes.
And then the credits pop up with a bright red
yes.
background.
I
It's
did catch
blaring
And
red.
We're
Yes.
watching it with the
Yes.
lights off, and I
still
was
see rings.
I wasn't
Unnecessary.
sure if I was going to be able to read the synopsis today. I was very concerned, and so that would be my warning to everybody out there. When it fades to black, turn it off as quick as possible. Don't stick around for the credits. You might not live to tell the tale. Dan?
Yeah, we got to go back to the jail hospital thing. She is somewhere, I would assume, for drug addiction, right?
I think so.
But she is kind of wearing some sort of prison.
But also maybe she had a dark moment. And so maybe it's
maybe it's like a psych ward.
maybe
Okay.
something like that.
So whatever it is one floor above the maternity ward.
Yeah.
So they're either one floor above the new babies. They either have the psych ward or the prison hospital. I don't
You
really
want at least
know.
2 floors, right?
I don't know what's going on there, but they get a phone call a day on a payphone. Like, I don't know what's happening there.
yeah.
I just don't know what's happening
Because
there.
without the opening scene in the elevator where she goes, I'm going to the maternity wing.
They didn't need
I
it.
wouldn't think it's a hospital.
Me
I
either.
would assume that it was a prison.
Somewhere else.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was a really weird thing to include
It
and then
is-
throw us into the overdose conversation.
What
To your
is-
point about watching this with your kid.
One floor above the maternity ward, you don't see a hospital room. Blood pressure machines, nothing. It is like a scene in it, like it's kind of a funny story, or One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, or like these movies that take place in these like psychiatric hospitals, and I don't know what's happening there. But also there's the jail vibe of what she's wearing and her one phone call on a payphone. It's just
payphones.
like, I don't know what's happening there. This is the worst police department ever. I know you got 500 people to look after. You're really, really bad at your job for a number of reasons. One, you're using faxes to clean up coffee. You can't do that. In 1999, fax machine, a pretty important part of an office. And while we're at it, since you're going to wipe up the coffee with it, maybe we should not have the faxes about people wanted for criminal activity sliding through on the same machine as advertisements for Sparkle City dry cleaners. That's an easy way to miss the important stuff. And I know that you're limited in your capacity, but separate fax machine, separate fax line, something to where it doesn't look like junk mail when there is a photo underneath of someone that's wanted. That would maybe help.
Yeah.
It would help all of us, I think, to be better at our jobs.
You need a fun facts number.
yeah,
It's-
fun
we
facts
need a fun
number.
facts
They
number
call
and
it
a
fun
serial.
facts.
But they call
Yeah,
it fun facts.
That's exactly right. Is that a double decker of the week? Come on, man. We're doing your job
You
for you.
ring.
Yeah. So
Hello.
it's a fun facts.
Hi, I'm Fun Fact
Do you
Danny.
make the facts sound, Danny, or just that's good? And then you give us a facts. Do you give us a fun fact or no?
every other day there are at least 17 people who jump.
I got to be honest. I think we caught Fun Facts Danny on a break, or
Nope.
maybe we caught him off guard. He clearly didn't know he was going to have to provide. Here
coming
comes
back.
another one. It's coming in
It's a
hot.
clean
Fun
up.
fact. Go ahead, Danny.
Clean up facts.
When you were younger,
Oh, boy.
when you were younger,
It's a magic 8-ball. What is going on here?
you likely saw a ghost and didn't know it.
Thanks, Danny.
This
Danny's
has
busy.
got to be the last one
He's
from
got
Danny.
nothing
Then we're
going
going to
on.
hang up on Danny right now.
Unplug that fax.
I'm a big fan of the band The Cranberries.
Yeah, starting to get a little Cosby-ish, and I don't love it.
No.
Nothing like
No.
Bye, Fun Facts.
Danny.
Danny.
Yeah, there it is.
Love that guy.
Went as far as we could. They're in the basement looking for the Christmas decorations in this house that neither of them own. And they find what I would call a box and a half of lights. There's a big box of lights, and then there's a small box of lights. And then the line is said, that's enough lights to cause a statewide blackout. It is fewer lights than I have in my attic right now. It couldn't cause an any-wide blackout of any kind unless the lights are black and you put them in a room and you turn all the lights off. You just can't No, that's not a sentence that you can say. But we got to camp out here for a second. And one of the creepiest things I've ever seen in one of these movies. I don't care. Season for Miracles fans, at me, email me. This is absolutely something that Joe from You would do, except not to a child. This little girl in the cabinet behind the mirror in the bathroom opens the mirror of her bathroom. She's maybe 9 years old. And sees a clue for a scavenger hunt.
It's a Christmas scavenger hunt. It's a Christmas
This
scavenger
clue
hunt above board.
has a note that leads her to her next clue. It starts in her bathroom, and then it leads to the next clue. And the clues lead her to a very back aisle in a secluded library where a full-grown man pops out to surprise her. That she's known for under 2 weeks. That is in this movie. I have not made that sound worse than it is. It is a colorful clue designed to catch the eye of a child and lead them to a very quiet, secluded location. That happens in this movie. There is no defense of that. It is disturbing. I was half expecting the old guy from Dateline to come out. And what you find in the back of that library? Like, this is not okay. It isn't okay. I'm sorry. I know you got feelings for Carla Gugino. I know you're trying to get in good with all the kids. You cannot start a scavenger hunt in this little girl's bathroom and lead them to the back of a library where you give her a book and say, surprise is a whisper. You can't do it.
To a book that's called The
Secret Garden. No.
We sure it wasn't a shared bathroom?
Arrest that man. I'm sure it was. I don't care. It says her name on it.
That
in
was
crayon.
your holdup.
Wait a minute, Brian. It says her name on it in crayon.
Yeah, but if it's a bathroom on the second floor that everybody uses, it's not as creepy. It's not like he went into her.
It's just as creepy. He had to know what bathroom she uses. It's creepy. It's a terrible scene.
Do you need to go like fix something that you've done? Or, like, it seems
No,
like
I
you're
just
like,
didn't. I didn't
well,
think
like,
of it
oh,
as
no.
being this bad until you lay it all out like that.
And then it turns
and
out
it does sound pretty bad.
It sounds really bad. And
But-
I have I taken any of that out of context? That's exactly as it happened.
I will say this was what that I didn't write down, but the first clue is shoe, and she opens up this door that's like a pantry door, and there's just a shoe on like one singular shoe on a shelf. I love that she knew what that meant.
Yeah,
shoe.
yeah.
Oh, it's a singular
It's
shoe.
the
in
singular shoe,
in the,
yes.
The
in
shoe
pantry
cabinet.
there.
Yeah.
And shoe
Yeah.
cabinet. Anything else, Dano?
That's all I got.
Okay, it's time for what the Hallmark. So we wonder what could have been. Maybe. What are we still wondering about? That's what we're talking about today. Brian?
Yeah. So the mom, it sounds like she got a 5-year sentence in jail.
Yeah.
And so,
In jail, hospital jail.
right, hospital jail. Where you still get to smoke and yell at your kids.
Of course.
Does she get
I forgot about one of mine, which is who called who there. Carla Gugino and Laura Dern are on the phone with each other, both on payphones.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's true. That's a good question.
That's a real who's on first situation.
Yeah.
Which one of them knew the payphone number of the other one?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's a tough, we don't know.
No, we don't. That's a great with the Hallmark there.
I would assume
don't know how to top that.
that
Maybe
she
called the
hospital
hospital
jail
Said I'm going to
knowing
call it this time.
yes, and knowing that is
Patch her
yes.
through.
Patch her
Yeah.
through. Yeah. What
Yeah.
was yours though?
Mine was just that, does she get out a little bit early and then does she join them?
Sure.
Or does this turn into a kerfuffle situation where she's like, give me my kids back.
I don't
I'm not going
think
there.
the vibe of this, that's a good question, but the vibe of the movie was like Carla Gugino's probably keeping those kids.
yeah.
This is the vibe of the
Yeah.
movie anywhere.
Yep.
So,
Yeah,
But there's
she could-
definitely still like JT is still like I want to see my mom on Christmas.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
there is still like
of course.
in 5 years Mae Whitman is going to be closer to an adult.
Yes.
But like JT is going to be like Mae Whitman's age when mom gets out of prison. And so that's
Hospital jail. Yeah.
it's the fun stuff that Hallmark really wants you to think about
That's
after
right.
this.
Yeah,
Mitchell.
yeah,
Real
yeah.
questions,
It's
huh?
that type of stuff. I want to know these. Has anyone done lights before? Because this movie wants you to believe that Christmas lights that are just put together in a box are fun and don't
require anything.
Don't
else.
like get jumped up and don't like
up. They get jumped
don't
up.
like the lights.
Jumped up on Brian's candy.
As far as we know, didn't have to replace a
Brandis
single
candy.
light. Those lights were working in great shape. Don't know how long it had been since those lights have been used. Not a single problem with those lights. If somebody could have hooked me up with that brand, that'd be really great for me. A lot of fun there. And this is probably more of a wait what, but him looking at those Christmas lights and being like, that's enough to. What did he say, Dan? That's enough to.
It's enough to cause a citywide blackout.
Citywide black. That's just 2 boxes.
That's 2
of
boxes of
lights.
lights.
2 boxes of lights.
Yeah.
Now they incandescents.
Yeah, they were different back
And
then.
those are
Different
warm.
back then.
And those are can do some
Clearly, they
damage.
put it on the house. There's
That's
no
fine.
blackout.
No
It's
blackout.
It's
That's good to go.
Yeah.
Dan, what are you still wondering about?
Yeah, my What the Hallmark is a legit one. It's the Laura Dern of it all. Laura Dern has been, at the time of this movie, she's probably 30, but she's been acting since she was a child. I mean, she's in a David Lynch movie as probably a 20-year-old. She's in Jurassic Park. She's in some heavy hitters. And it's not like that cooled down. In the 18 months surrounding this movie, so before this came out, she was in October Sky with Jake Gyllenhaal and Chris Cooper, a fantastic movie. And then she was in a Robert Altman movie in 2000, a few months after this movie came out. She legitimately was a film star. She wasn't, Carla Gugino's a great actor. Laura Dern was a film star when this movie came out. I mean, she was in Jurassic Park 3, 2001. They get her. They have her. Yeah. They have Laura Dern, in this movie, venerable Laura of little and big screen. I mean, she's in some great TV shows too. And she's in the movie for like 10 minutes. She's in the movie for hardly any. And I just don't, was she doing a favor for someone? Did she just take this role and they filmed it years before when she thought she was in some sort of, I am fascinated to know the surrounding environment that led to Laura Dern being, I don't know, D or E on the call sheet in this movie when she is far and away the most famous person in this movie. Patty Duke. Patty Duke's the most famous, but then Laura Dern. It was fascinating to me, and I would love to hear more.
You want to know what I want to hear more about?
What's that?
Today's double decker of the week. Double decker of the week.
Facts.
Week.
Nope.
It's time for double decker of the week.
Danny's
It's
fun
where-
facts.
You hit it?
I think it's going to squeal till we change the camera.
Oh,
There
hey,
we go.
keep it.
Yeah. Hey, Danny, one more.
Hey,
Yep, you got one. Hit me.
you guys know water?
You bet I
Heard
do.
of it, yeah.
All right, it's time for double decker of the week. I think we lost him. It's time for double decker of the week. It's where we dive deep into the life of a
called
double
us that.
decker.
Hard to top that.
It's where we dive deep into the life of a double decker
Yeah.
who signed up for Bramble Jam Plus. What are you waiting on, everybody? What are you waiting on? You support us. You allow us to continue to do this here program, and you also get your life story told.
Right. And your
Um,
best community on the internet.
that's right.
All kinds of fun features.
Dano, who do we have today?
We have Carrie Lisberg. Carrie Lisberg.
Carrie Lisberg. Yeah, Carrie doing a little project on the side, trying to get a freelance business up and running with marketing and promotion.
Fantastic.
Yeah, like trying to help some people rebrand.
And it's freelance.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's not her main gig.
No.
Yeah.
Just trying to get it going here.
Got it.
Some
Yeah.
things on the side. She has a brand new client. It's a pretty big one. It's
big one.
the deli meat industry.
The whole industry
Yep, they're
has
all-
hired her?
Yeah, they're all
The
coming together.
entire deli meats who are all like, there's not one, they're all competing. They all hired
That's
Carrie
right.
They all
Lisberg in
went in
a
on it
freelance
together.
role.
That's right. Well, I don't know if
Okay.
deli meat's getting kind of a bad rap lately.
Is it the nitrates and nitrites and everything?
It's that
All
there's
those-
some health problems.
Yeah.
It allegedly can be unhealthy.
Yeah.
And so it does. There's some controversy, some bad
Okay.
stories, and they're looking to flip the script,
Turn it around.
turn it around. So Carrie had been working on these special events for the deli meat industry to help kind of change the vibe around
Yeah.
them. Where they're sort of like trying to get people. It's sort of like a dating app. Help some people meet and fall in love, and so associate
In the
with
deli
these-
meat industry?
yeah, they're kind of like sponsoring these events, putting things together to bring people together and kind of like shine a good light on the deli meat industry.
Okay, what's it called?
They're calling these events processed meats. It's to bring people together, have a good time.
I think unfortunately he's in a rhythm. He's really a rhythm shooter.
unfortunately.
His last 3 or 4 have been really, really good.
And so they just kind of all come
Processed
together
meats.
and they talk
Yeah,
through
yeah.
kind of.
Well, you want to like the focus isn't the
Yeah,
deli
yeah.
meat. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
the hang, and deli meats are there, and they're
course.
sort of like in the conversation. It's
Yeah.
like let's all think,
and it
highly.
builds synergy.
Of course, it does.
100%
Yeah, it
synergy.
does.
Yeah.
Synergy and
It runs the world.
You said it. Anybody that we know has been a part of it? Like anybody like worth talking about?
Landy.
Landy.
They
was
got
there.
Landy.
Landy was
Landy.
there. David.
David.
Yep.
Yeah.
David was there.
He's really good. That was from David's Meats?
David's Meats. Yeah, he split from his brother, and so David's Meats.
I forgot they split.
It's
hate that.
really popping up, and they're doing it on the low a little bit on purpose. They don't want other people to steal the
Right.
attention, but
Yeah.
hopefully deli meat industry looking to turn it around
Processed
here.
meats.
I love that.
meats.
Yeah.
Here's hoping.
Yeah.
Here's the hoping.
Rooting for 'em.
Hey, come on back next time for another one. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. Christmas in July is in full swing around here. We've got Christmas at Sea episode 3 coming out this week. Alonzo's hanging out with us. Patrick's hanging out with us. It's a big week, big fun week here in Christmas in July. So come on back for that. Until then, maybe the first to wish you a
Merry Christmas.
Deck the Hallmark's a Bramble Jam podcast is produced by Aaron Shea. For more information on Deck the Hallmark, you can go to deckthehallmark.com. For more information on the Deck the Hallmark family, you can go to bramblejamplus.com. Deck the Hallmark is presented by Philo TV. For a free trial of Philo, go to philo.tv/DTH.